Good morning, I'm Marcy Wheeler, and this is Samanza Marodi, Roshni Matani, and Safna Rao, and we are Team reCOVER. We are a collaborative architecture and engineering design initiative that has been working with Building Tomorrow nonprofit organization since August 2012 to design and build a school in the Mayur district of Uganda. Our project started off as a design studio within the School of Architecture in the fall of 2012 and evolved into a spring seminar and eventually a JPC project proposal. So the image painting behind me now is a panoramic photo of our site, and as you can see, it's in a very rural area and has no surrounding development. And this is an image of our final proposed design that has actually just started construction last week and is expected to be completed within the year.
So as Marcy began to mention, our project deals with many levels of collaboration. On the very basic level of our team structure, we have members from both the School of Architecture and the School of Engineering here at UVA. And then we were also working with a community partner, Building Tomorrow, to achieve their goal of building 60 schools by the year 2016. We were also assisted by Arab Cause. It's an engineering firm in UK, and they were able to offer some advice on the structural integrity of our design. And while in Uganda, we also got to meet with Engineering Ministries International. They're another nonprofit organization that works on similar projects in the area.
Our project actually began in the spring of 2012, or in the fall of 2012, and it was an undergraduate architecture studio design that was led by Professor Anselmo Canfora. And this course really challenged the students to research and think critically about what we can do to come up with 3 good preliminary designs of our school. And to continue this on to the next semester, as a spring seminar, we consulted with the faculty and we came up as a joint idea for faculty and students to continue this project. And with the project going forward, we really wanted to continue this even again into the summer, where we decided to pursue the Jefferson Public Citizens Grant.
So because Building Tomorrow was going to plan to build 60 schools, it was really important for us to make sure that our design was prototypical. But prototypical designs can often have problems economically and are not efficient when applied to different sites. So during the spring seminar, we decided to create a design decision matrix that would show all of the different ways in which you could modify our design. And we were hoping that Building Tomorrow and other nonprofit organizations would use this to receive tips on how to modify their design. So for example, you could input your different site conditions and would receive information on ways in which to orient it and where on the building site to locate it. As well as this, during the spring seminar, we also made a travel manual to help guide us throughout our trip in Uganda.
Upon receiving our JPC grant, we finally got the opportunity to visit the country, and we were met with warm hospitality by the staff of Building Tomorrow, which were primarily the founder, the country director, and the administrative and logistical officer. They welcomed us to the country and introduced us to their culture, and we even got a little primer in their Lugandan language, Gikati. So yeah, we were really eager to talk to them because up until this point we had only talked via phone calls and video chats. So we were finally getting to see these people face to face, and we delved into issues regarding what we had come up with up until that point, and they were eager to tell us the kind of things that they were excited to pursue in their projects. So as we started getting to these meetings, we got into more detailed issues such as coming up with streamlined methods for coming up with the building processes and methodologies. So one of the main issues was minimizing waste factor of the construction. So we came up with this revised billing of quantities, which is a document that accounts for expenses such as labor, materials, and building components.
So one of the things that we recognized as something that our team could really improve for Building Tomorrow moving forward was this bill of quantities. And we did this by meeting with Engineering Ministries International. I already mentioned that they had a little bit of experience working in the area, so they were experienced on how to manage their budget properly. And we were able to ask them for specific conversion rates and item values for our bill of quantities. And that really helped us reconcile the use of materials with the actual accounting of materials for Building Tomorrow.
Another huge advantage to getting to go to Uganda was our chance to finally visit the site. Prior to this, it was very difficult to gather any information about our site because of its remote location. So getting to go there allowed us to gather the necessary information regarding its slope, solar path, and wind patterns. And all of these conditions heavily impact our design, not only aesthetically, but in regards to constructability and in regards to the bill of quantities. But even more importantly was our opportunity to meet with the community. We got to meet with parents, community leaders, and children. And while we did discuss with them a little bit about our design and our plans to construct the school in their district, we tried to gear most of the conversation towards what they felt they needed in a school and in a community center. And a lot of their concerns actually reflected many of the design issues that we had already encountered, such as handicap accessibility and site security. And this time with them helped us strengthen our relationship, but also really helped us understand the impact that the school would be making in their lives. One of the things that sets Building Tomorrow apart from other organizations is their emphasis on community involvement. So all of their academies are built by a team of community volunteers with the assistance of 4 paid masons and 1 project manager. So the image behind us shows a group of women starting the clearing of the field, which actually took place the same day that we met with them. And in return for their involvement during the construction process, their children are able to attend the schools at no cost to the family, and then they also come away with a new set of skills to apply to future projects. And this social contract is a lot of the reason why Building Tomorrow has been so successful as an organization, both during the construction process and during the maintenance process post-construction.
As well as visiting our site, we were also able to see some of the other Building Tomorrow sites. The Building Tomorrow Academy of Jita was led by our faculty advisor, Anselmo Canfora, as a product of a different studio, reCOVER. And so it was really interesting being able to see that with him, as it is a design that we have been studying throughout our time. We were also able to visit ongoing construction sites and other completed schools, so we were able to measure the different room sizes, the changes in light and air quality, and how the orientation of the schools on the building, as well as the different windows and openings that they had changed, so we could figure out what would work best with our design. This opportunity to see and analyze the schools was great to see the current construction methods and get more of an idea of how our design was going to be implemented.
reCOVER's involvement with the project was really to help us with the structural aspect of the building. The structural engineering, Ewan Smith, advised us and consulted us on various points. One of the things he informed us is that our school is actually situated on a seismic zone, so we had to make sure our building could possibly withstand an earthquake. But yeah, we visited a lot of different Building Tomorrow schools that they have built in the past, so we could study what the kind of issues that could come up with long-term maintenance things. So we made sure to improve on this. And in a way to inform the builders on how to improve on these and make sure they build it properly, we came up with a series of 3D drawing sets that are a more visual aid for them to learn how to build these kind of structures.
So as the team has started to point out, we had a much better idea of the parts of our design that needed to be improved once we returned back from country, especially those concerning structure and site conditions. So our final proposed design consists of 2-bar buildings with a central courtyard dedicated for recreational and community activities. Each of the buildings is broken through with a breezeway, which has multiple functions. The first is to act as a covered public area that can be used as an outdoor classroom or as a community gathering space during non-school hours. The second reason is to allow for proper ventilation throughout the buildings. So because our site didn't have electricity, the openings in the breezeway as well as the clerestory and the roof allowed for the necessary ventilation and light to improve the quality of education and that comfortability in the classrooms.
So as you can see, our project has been a culmination of many different factors and a lot of collaboration. We've collaborated with the School of Architecture, the School of Engineering and Applied Sciences, Building Tomorrow, Engineering Ministries International, and Arab Cause, and we want to thank JPC so much for bringing us all together to achieve 4 main outcomes. We have a design decision matrix that Building Tomorrow and other nonprofit organizations can use to modify our prototypical design for future use.
We have a streamlined bill of quantities that Building Tomorrow can continue to use for future years.
We came up with 3-dimensional drawings as a visual aid for the build of the construction.
And finally, we have a completed design for a school that will not only give a community an identity, but will provide 350 Ugandan students with an education. Wevale!